Very Dark Man does not like the Igbos. That is why he's not talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know what? Yeah, I think it's time for me to tell you people the truth and to let you people know what you don't know. You see, some of us are privileged to some information, but we just don't talk. Even though we know, we act like we don't know. We'll just keep on trying. Let's see if a miracle will happen. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, he will most likely, listen to the word, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will most likely spend another 20 years in jail. As a matter of fact, the original plan for Nnamdi Kanu is to be released when he's old, when he's weak and don't have any strength in him again to talk or to fight.
So VDM, which is very famous and popular on the social media, said this about Nnamdi Kanu because everyone has been expecting him to be a supporter. You understand? So he said all this, and to be frank, I think I agree with his point of view because that looks like the plan they have. But I am happy that the whole Nigerians are beginning to see the reason why a spade should be called a spade. Because why I'm saying this is that even Nnamdi Kanu has been kept for over 7 years, for 7 good years, without his case being concluded. It definitely looks like they have another plan. So I want you to also consider this whole thing that Very Dark Man said. He also said a lot, but are you not seeing that this is the highest of injustice? It shows that someone is behind this. Someone wants him to actually stay here longer than we think, longer, like not just long, probably more than 20 years. But while we're at that, I want you to listen to this other person, what he said.
It is clear that Mr. Kanu is not interested in pursuing this case. Clearly, because the behavior and the conduct of himself and his lawyers, after they have said that we want a prompt trial, and you have a judge who is clearly ready to do the right thing, and then this is what you are working out, you want to represent yourself, that is interested in a political solution. And that does have a bit of credit here, because of course we see some other things that are happening in this country. There are people who have behaved like Kanu, and their cases were settled in a political way. So I guess that is what he's more interested in.
All right, immediately he said all this, I had to just Google what it means for a case in court to be settled politically. And from what I'm getting, it means influence of the government, like the political body, all right, not just the courts decided. So, but to be sincere, I don't really totally agree with him that Kanu is intentionally seeking for a political intervention. I don't really agree to that because even though protest is ongoing and awareness has been ongoing and all those things are being done because we believe that the court already gave a verdict which should have been obeyed already, but has been disrespected. So what this whole movement is all about is for the government to accept what has been said by the judiciary, by the courts, not to keep on prolonging the case. And secondly, now him defending himself, he believes that he has the ability, and I think based on the constitution it is allowed. So the idea of our spokesperson thinking that he wants that, of course he's entitled to his own opinion, but looking at it very well, I disagree that that would be an agenda behind this whole thing. I disagree. What do you think? Do you agree with him saying that he needs a political? We are not saying that if at the end there is a political intervention that we wouldn't accept it. No, we are not saying that, but that is not the end sense for all this free Nnamdi Kanu protests and court hearing that we have been following, and it is also not in any way relative to him saying he wants to defend himself. All right, I also want you to also consider what Mr. Ned Nwoko said. I was really shocked with all he said, but you need to also listen and hear.
In terms of Southeast, the agitations of the youths of Southeast, the killings there, the referring to the ESN groups and ESN and IPOB and the rest of them. These are young people who have come up to say that they are fighting for freedom because they are marginalized. And one of the areas that they've all spoken about and against is the fact that they are the only zone. Southeast is the only zone in Nigeria that has 5 states. Why is that? Why was it done intentionally to undermine them? Of course, yes. And from engaging those youths, it became so obvious that if a step is taken in creating one state, just one state, to bring it apart with the 5 other zones, let's leave Northwest out of this now, at least bring it apart to the 4 other zones, then something would have been done for them. You know, yes, they are clamoring for different things, but I mean, not least, of course, the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They're asking for it. We know that is something that has to be done. You know, you will just say
Nnamdi Kanu to
oh yes, yeah, of course.
Why do you think so?
Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody for some time now. I believe that he has been held unjustly. Many people feel that way.
As a lawyer, do you think so?
Oh yes. That
the judicial process is unjust?
Yes. Yeah, no, it has been. There's a lot of delays in prosecuting him and all that. If you want to get him tried and convicted, get on with it. You know. But this is a guy who has been held unjustly, as I said, you know, for so many months.
And the Buhari government started it.
I'm not talking about this government.
Trial. No, so the point I'm making now.
I'm talking about the previous government under Buhari when
it's facing a judicial process right now.
Yes.
Saying it's just because the argument is that there should be a political solution, maybe a null prosecution. Prosecution should be established on that for the case to be withdrawn. But there are those who say, well, there are allegations and it's left for the law for him to have his day in court, which is in process.
But as you know, there have been some pronouncements by the Federal High Court, which has not been respected. You know, so his incarceration is the main reason for the crisis in Southeast.
But the crisis started before he was even arrested.
No.
The killings, the burning of police station, the killing of police officers and all whatnot.
Well, look, the problem in Southeast is very different from what is in the Northeast or Northwest and all those areas. You know, the problem in the Southeast has to do with the perceived injustice by governments, successive governments.
Ned Nwoko actually hits the point. Yes. If we'll be true to ourselves, especially us southeastern parts of Nigeria, we know that the truth is that the average Igbo man doesn't even care much about politics. But when it affects him, his existence, his freeness, him being himself in that place, that's where he cares. Southeast has always been peaceful. The whole agitation and the whole news updates we are seeing about different things happening and atrocities happening is just because of Southeasterners feeling that they don't value them, they are not being valued by Nigerian as a whole, and that is the main reason. That is one point Ned Nwoko actually stated. I want us to move on to another thing before we call this a day, which is an interview that was held with Wike, the Minister of FCT Abuja. So in that interview, he was asked a question relative to Nnamdi Kanu. So I want you to listen to what he said. Even though we don't know if he's a fan or not a fan of this Biafra and free Nnamdi Kanu of a thing, but the response he gave, I want you to hear what he said.
Honourable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, just quickly, a case currently ongoing, Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and you were listed as one of his witnesses.
Compelling witness.
Alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Dave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you are aware of this and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
And if you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list me? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are the one saying that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wike as one of your witnesses?
Have you not seen it?
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper. Nobody has had many posts. Nobody has subpoenaed me. So because I saw Wike's listed, therefore, I'm going to run helter skelter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, if I'm subpoenaed to come and give witness or to give evidence, I must obey the court. I must appear. But not on pages of newspapers. Nobody does that.
Excellency,
And so as to pass, why I should
was
be listed,
because of the Kanu.
he who choose me there, you should ask him the question. But if I am invited, if I'm supposed to come, go home and sleep. I will be there.
Mr. Wike's response has sparked a lot of conversations, adding to the fact that he's not the only person that has been mentioned in the list of compelling persons that are expected to come to bear witness during the court hearing. All right. So now the question is it for the free Nnamdi Kanu protest, or he's just being neutral, or he's against it? But one thing is clear from what we heard from him is that if the court calls him, he's going to come. All right, that will be all for now, but I want you to join in the conversation in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts about these people's opinion. Yeah, they count because they are one of the persons or people that are shaping in our country, so they are not just ordinary people. So starting with Ned Nwoko, down to Wike, and down to VDM, that is very dark man, and other persons that we have heard their opinion about this court hearing and case that has been lingering for over 7 years. All right, so please stay tuned as we'll be bringing you more updates. Bye.